All right, so today we've got some theorems to talk about. We're talking about angle theorems for triangles. So go ahead and open up your foldable. And if we're talking about interior angles, sorry, I've done this a couple times and the camera froze. Interior angles means they're inside our triangle. So you're going to mark right here, which is inside your triangle, and you're going to make yourself a note that that means inside. You're then going to say exterior angles means they're on the outside of the triangle. So you're going to mark those guys, and you're going to say they're outside the triangle. Then you're going to say remote interior angles. Those are the two angles that are not touching your exterior angle. So these two angles are not touching this exterior angle right here. And we're going to make ourselves a note of that. So this means two angles not touching the exterior angle. And if you need to, you can write below the flap. There's obviously enough space. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to look at the bottom half. You've got a picture with some interior and exterior angles, and I would like you to pause the video and see where, label these, fill this in. All right, so interior angles means we have angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3. Exterior angle is angle 4. And then your remote interior angles are angles 1 and 2, and they are compared to angle 4. So go ahead and turn the page. Next we have our triangle sum theorem. So think about what you know about triangles. What you know about triangles, hopefully somewhere in the back of your soul, is that the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C is equal to 180 degrees. So that means that if you take all your angles in a triangle and you add them all up, they are going to equal 180 degrees. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at number 1, and we're going to set it up kind of formally. You don't necessarily have to every time you do it, but I think it's helpful right now. So you're going to say that 77, which is the measure of angle X, plus 54, which is the measure of angle Z, plus the measure of angle Y is going to be equal to 180 degrees. Then we're going to combine our like terms. We're going to say 77 plus 54 gives us 131. You subtract 131 from both sides, and you get the measure of angle Y equals 49 degrees. All right, so what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to pause the video, pause, and do the next one. How'd you do? All right, so if we look at the bottom ones are different because we don't have any sole numbers. We have x's in every angle. The only difference is we have x's. You're going to do it the exact same way. So you're going to say, and it doesn't matter what order you write them in. So I'm going to say the measure of angle x, which is 7x. I'm also going to draw myself a line right here so that I don't go over the other side. So 7x plus 4x plus 5 plus 6x plus 5 is going to equal 180 degrees. You're going to combine your like terms now. So I've got a 7x, a 4x, and a 6x. That gives me 17x. I've got a 5 and another 5, which gives me 10. You're going to subtract 10 from both sides, and you get 17x equals 170. And then you divide by 17, and you get x equals 10. You'll notice this one doesn't give you any instructions other than find the solve. Actually, that's a lie. Up here it says find the measure of each angle. Haha, just kidding. So if you have to find the measure of each angle, what do you do with x? You plug it in. So we're going to say 7x is 7 times 10, which is 70. We're going to say angle T is 4 times 10 plus 5, which is going to give us 45. And then we're going to say U is 6 times 10 plus 5, which gives us 65. All right, so take a minute, pause the video, and do the next one. So then you take those and plug them in, and you say 26, oops, this is just 4, sorry, whoops, 26 times 4, and that gives you 104 degrees. 12 times 4 plus 2 is 50 degrees. And then 6 times 4 plus 2, I could have done that in my head, I don't know why I typed it in the calculator, but is 26. All right, so if we go on to the next page is talking about our exterior angle theorem. What that means is that the measure of an exterior angle is equal to the sum of its remote interior angles. So if you look at this picture, your remote interior angles are the two that are not touching your exterior angle, so they have to be angle 1 and angle 2. So we're going to say the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 is equal to the measure of angle 4. So with these two examples, you can do them in any order. I personally like to do this one first and this one second. And same with this side, I like to do this one first and this one second. You can do them in either order, does not matter to me, but that's what I like to do. So if you think about measure of angle BCD, that's your exterior angle. We know that our exterior angle is equal to the sum of our two remote interior angles. So I'm going to take my two angles inside, which are 58 and 74. I'm going to add them together. And when I add them together, they end up equaling my exterior angle. So we get 132 degrees. Now, the measure of angle ACB, this guy right here, there's a couple different ways you can think about it. You can think about it being the interior of a triangle, so they're all going to add up to 180. So you're going to add them up and subtract it from 180. Or you can think about this right here being a straight angle, and therefore it's a linear pair, these guys. So a linear pair adds up to 180, so no matter what, you're going to do 180 minus 132, and that's going to give you your 48 degree angle. So take a minute, pause your video, and do the next one. How'd you do? Yay! Okay, so now these, you're going to do the exact same way. The only difference is there are x's. So I'm going to take my two remote interior angles. This is my first angle, this is my second. It does not matter what order you write them in, and you're going to set them equal to the outside angle. You're going to combine your like terms. And then you solve just like normal. So I'm going to subtract 3. I get 33x equals 132. Divide by 33. And you get x equals 4. Now, notice, none of your problem wants x. It actually wants your angles. So to find the measure of angle R, you plug it in. You have 18 times 4, which is going to give you 72. You have 15 times 4 plus 3, which is going to give you 63. And then here, RQS is your interior angle. So you can think about it two ways. You can add these together and subtract from 180, thinking about it being the interior of a triangle, so using your triangle sum theorem. Or you can think about this being a linear pair, but no matter how you think about it, you're going to do 180 minus 135, and you're going to get 45 degrees. So take a moment, pause the video, and do the next one. How'd you do? Yay! Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you guys.